How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? How's it getting on? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? How's she getting on?
So when you're getting home from work and you want to have yourself a cup of coffee, you don't want to pay $10 or $12 or an arm and a leg for some little hot water with some bubbles on it and a little bit of chocolate, then what you gotta do is you gotta make a homemade frother. And if you're lucky, you'll be able to make one that's compatible with your drill. And if you can do that, then you can save yourself a lot of money. And you can have the option of take the credit for being a handyman. So all you need today to make your drill compatible homemade frother, to make your super latte, save yourself some money, you'll need a drill, of course. It doesn't have to be a portable electric drill. It can just be you can even have one of those old crank drills if you want. Crank her away, it doesn't matter, depending on how fast you can crank her, you can froth it like that. Or you could just have a power drill, you could have a plug-in drill, doesn't matter. This one's portable, 18 volts. You can hear the power coming right out of her. So what you need is, you got your drill, right? And you need a drill bit, of course, because you're going to need to drill some holes. And you're going to need a beer cap. Preferably a clean one that's not full of bacteria from a beer sitting overnight. You're going to need a screwdriver bit, a square head, so that you could, particularly for this screw here, so that you can attach your beer cap to the frothing device. And you're also going to need a wine cork. And what you'll need the wine cork for is to hold everything together. That's going to be the main, kind of the spinal cord of the unit here. So, and you're also going to need sort of an arm that extends into the wine cork and attaches it to the drill, makes it drill compatible. So if you got a chopstick, just any wooden chopstick, that's fine, that'll do. So what you want to do here is you should measure your chopstick to a little over 8 inches. That'll do. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So anything over 8 inches, that's what the ladies like too. Alright, so what you got here is, put your drill bit. You're going to need to make a little hole in the wine cork. And the hole is going to be for where you're going to shove your chopstick down, which makes it compatible with the drill. So what you're going to do there is you're going to take your little drill bit here. You're going to want a small drill bit, because it's smaller, it won't tear up the corkscrew. You want to interfere with the integrity of the corkscrew. Now, since you already had your wine cork there drilled with a wine corker, then you're going to need just put a little hole in there big enough to hold the chopstick. Might want to give her a couple goes there, and that should be good. So then you flip it over and make sure not to drill your hand off. Don't drill the hole right through your fingers. Make another little hole for the screw that you're going to put in it. Oh yes. Yes. Like the sound of that powerful drill. 18 volts by. Okay, so what we do from here is what we're going to do now. We're going to make the attachment. First of all, though, you gotta remember now. You gotta have a hole to put the screw through in the beer cap. So what you want to do, you take a hammer and you take your screw and just be careful. Don't beat your fingers off. Just kind of hammer a little holding down into her. Try not to piss the neighbors off. And there you go. So that's what you're gonna do there. And yep. So that's your hole. So now what you want to do is, of course, to try to attach the screwdriver bit down into the drill. And you gotta make sure she stays on while you're drilling her in there. That's gonna be good. Okay. So now, once you got your drill handy, you got your screwdriver bit on, you're ready to rock and roll. So then what you gotta do is you want to attach the beer cap to the bottom of the cork. Kind of hold it like that, you know, kind of like you'd be holding a cigarette. Drill her right in, bud. Drill her in good. Right, she's solid, like that. Yeah, yeah. So now you got your, that's the part there that's gonna froth it. That beer cap is gonna just move around the liquids a bit and make them nice and bubbly and foamy, and just like the you know, the $15 latte that you spend an arm and a leg on. So now what you got to do is you got to insert the chopstick into the pre-drilled hole in order for it to attach and make it drill compatible. And that, you just shove her right in there best you can. And that's pretty much the attachment for the corker, the frother, sorry. You got your frother there. And now, if you got a decent sized drill, then you got your just screw her in like that. That's an A1 frother right there. And of course, depending on how many speeds you got on your drill, depends on how foamy you can make your drink. And I think I got 24 speeds. 24 speeds and 2 different levels of power. So I can make her, I can froth the living life right out of her. And all you need to do now is wait for the old slut to make herself boil up the water and for a cup of coffee, and then I'll show you how to froth it away. When you're working real hard and you want a nice latte, don't worry my friend, I got a solution for you. Just come over to Chris's kitchen and I'll make you a latte, and you won't have to pay an arm and a leg. There. Alright, now we got our old slut here. She's full of coffee and I'm ready to make a latte. So what you want to do here is, you know, let your coffee calm down a bit over there. And, oh, yeah, extremely flammable. Oh, it shouldn't be up there. And, yeah, so what you want to do now is you know, some people, they like fancy chocolate, you know. Get their little sugar portions in there and shavings of chocolate and all that. And I just like to put a bit of Nova Scotia honey in there and make it taste right good. Nothing wrong with that. That'll do. So you just take a little bit of Nova Scotia honey, you drop it in there, just like that. And, oh. Yeah, honey's, Jesus Christ, get in there. And, yeah, that's it. Alright, so that's the honey portion there. Now we drop the milk in it. You know, any kind of milk, really. Just a bit of milk. That's all you need. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, yeah, there we go. That's the milk portion there. Now that you got your milk and your honey, you got your sweets and you got your bubble foam making material in there. So, now what you gotta do, that's the frothing part. Now I just gotta make sure there's smells a bit like wine and beer, but that's alright. So you take the unit here and you just, I'm going to put it on, let's say I'll put it on 7 and first speed, see how she goes. Let's maybe speed that up a bit. Oh. Frother away. Yep. So that's what I got. That's what I call a frother right there. And then you ever so slightly pour your coffee in like this. Get your coffee, you just pour it in nice and gently like that. And there, my friend, you have yourself a homemade latte made with your own drill.